And now, live from C Nation Studios at Irwin Academy, it's the C Nation Podcast Show!
Thank you. Welcome back. Today's Friday, March 20th. We're still going in Studio B, guys. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're all practicing. I hope you guys are making the best of all this extra free time at home. Getting your chores done. Be good. All right. Today's instrument. Before I reveal that, just understand, today's a band instrument day. And I only looked at this first book, and I was looking for a specific scale. And I'm kind of disappointed that it doesn't have it. But some of the other books do. Now, as you know, my 4th grade class, and I gave out a lot of these books this year to all my 5th graders and 6th grade band. We use Standard of Excellence. We've been using this one this year, all right? We're changing it up a little bit, and like I've told all you guys before, it's the same book that I used in 4th grade. Back in the day, huh? How old am I? Well, none of your business. You can leave a comment below and guess how old I am. And if you get it right, I'm still not telling you. Anyways, today's instrument is the flute. The flauta. Delicious. Some flauta sound bomb right now. We're going to be working with flute today. And my 6th grade flutes, you guys already know you're better at me than this. I can play it, but can't beat you guys. All right, we have a lot of good flute players at our school. A lot of them. My 4th grade flute player girls, what is it, 4, 5? There's 4 of you. There's F, there's I, there is J, and there is K. You girls have been kicking butt. Keep up the good work, and I hope you're finding time to practice. I know a couple of you either don't practice or you can't practice. That's okay. Hopefully you can practice now. Like I said, if you guys weren't able to take your instrument home before a week ago when we were still in school, there's nothing I can do about it, but I appreciate you guys still watching and, supporting your classmates through, home study music. So thank you. My 5th grade flutes, I know one of you, your name starts with an R. You're probably smiling right now. Now you're probably laughing. I know how you are. You're going to be probably watching this a couple times and making sure you got this down. Good for you. I'm proud of you. And keep practicing, President. Okay. My other 3 flute 5th graders, work on this. You guys will get this. I believe in all of you. And I know that I've introduced this stuff that we're going to talk about to you before. All right? Work at it. You will be fine. Captain EO, you've been really working hard lately. Keep up the good work. Mr. Flo and my other buddy in the class, stick with this. All right? The works that we've been doing on the sheet music in class, you guys, come on. This will be good for you. This will be good for you. Watch. You'll be able to do this. All right. My 6th grade, I already said all of you kick butt. All like 1,400 of you that are in that class. All right. This is probably nothing new to my 6th graders at all. We're going to be focusing on scales with these horn practices. Okay. I know I can already hear your groans from miles away, wherever you live. I don't want to do scales. Why? Yeah, guess what? Nobody wants to do scales. But they're very important, and they're a very useful tool to everybody. Not just band instruments, guitar players, piano players, everyone. Okay? You gotta have some background in scales, guys. Especially, you all know that the 6th graders, we got into jazz this year. And we're doing a lot of improv. And when you do improv, you gotta understand what's going on in the music, and the scales are the best way to help you with that. Okay? So, I got my flute book right here. The scale I was looking for is not in this book. All right, my flute players. You have your B flat major scale, and once again, if you have Standard of Excellence book, it look like this. It's on page 42. You have some scales on page 42. The cool thing about the scales that they include in this book is the first 5 measures is a standard scale. Okay? Right after that, right after your whole note, you have an arpeggio. Then it goes into thirds. That is something that you guys want to look at and try to do it. I might not go over it in this podcast video. I might. I don't know. Okay? We're just going to see how it goes, and I'm going to try to stay around 30 minutes a lesson. Okay? But the arpeggios, those are really cool. My 6th graders, if you can, not really memorize, but if you can learn this arpeggio and use it when it comes time to solo, whether you feel like soloing or not, okay? Like I put miles per hour. I know that I put miles per hour with the solo one time, and my first and second, I can't talk. My first chair and second chair flute in the 6th grade class, you two have had solos also. All of you flutes in the 6th grade, you are all capable of doing a solo. And I know you're not scared to do it. You're shy. I understand where you're coming from, okay? I'm not going to talk to you for an hour. You know I can. And no, I don't want an hour YouTube video being uploaded for this, okay? When we all come back to school, I'll talk to you for an hour, I promise, if that's what you really want. Leave a comment below if you want me to talk an entire class time, because I've done it before. Anyways, the scale not included in this is a C major scale. What's important about the C major scale? Well, everybody should know C major scale no matter what instrument you're playing. The C major scale has no flats and no sharps. Okay? My flutes. All of my flutes, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, you are used to playing usually with flats. 1, 2, maybe even 3. This is something good for you. All right? This C major scale, guess what? It starts on a C, flutes. Oh my gosh. I'm going to include a link to some resources online that I found. That way you guys can check them out too, okay? So, right below my flute, beep, there's your C major scale. Check it out. Starts on a C, goes up to a C, comes back down to a C. Something that you guys need to remember is for your higher notes, flutes, blow faster, not harder. You do not want to blow hard, guys. You're just going to give yourself a headache. You're going to tire yourself out quicker. It's all about the speed of the air, and I've already explained an idea which my teacher taught me. Okay? If this was a hose and I was going to spray my kids in the backyard because it's a hot summer day, okay? The water comes out naturally, right? You turn the hose on, right? When I change the size of this hole right here, okay, the water is going to come out faster. The smaller the hole, the faster the water is going to come out with, okay? The same thing works with the flute. It actually works with a lot of instruments, believe it or not. It's just, it's a different way of explaining it, I guess, okay? So, blow the air slower to go lower. Let me see if I can hit that low, low, low C. If you guys want to try to do the lowest note on the flute with me, here's what I'm going to do. You know how I explain how to play these instruments, okay? When I say 1, 2, 3 on top, I mean first finger, second finger, third finger, where your fingers are supposed to be. Remember flutes, you skip the tiny key. Then you put your first finger. Then you skip this key. You gotta have that empty space, okay? I can't tell you how many times I see flute players either do this or this. And, like, no. We don't use our pinky on a key. The pinky has its spot just for himself, okay? All right. And this is the same idea when you're playing the saxophone, okay? The only difference is the saxophone's tiny key is right here instead. So it's a little bit easier to identify. All right? So, flute players, skip the tiny key. Put your finger on the first key. Skip the next key, flutes. Other 2 fingers go right there. Your pinky hangs out right there. Your thumb. Don't push this one. Push this one. Not this one. This one. Not this one. This one. Okay? On the bottom, well, if you didn't have your bottom piece attached, 1, 2, 3. Simple. Okay? There should be 2 keys right here without a finger. That's fine because when you push different keys, those are going to move along with the other keys. So you don't have to worry about those. The bottom piece, make sure this rod right here is in line with the center of that last key. Okay? Pinky hangs out right there. To play this low C, push your thumb key. 1, 2, 3 on top. Make sure your fingers are good. I'll wait. Fingers good? Good. 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. And now the pinky, you want to do this. Check it out. So, we're not pushing this one like you do for your E flat. Okay? You're going to push both of these ones at the same time. This one and the little wiggly rolly one at the same time. That way, these 2 keys are closed. Okay? Now, I grabbed one of the spare flutes at the school, and there's a spring out of place. When I push this top rolly one by itself, see that key doesn't close all the way, so it's not going to work right. Okay, so for me, I'm just like, well, okay, I'll just push both of them at the same time. Problem solved. They're both closed. See, just one, both of them. You see that? Yeah. If you have any type of leak like that, your instrument's not going to sound right. The air is going to escape through that leak, and it's not going to do what you want it to do, okay? So, it's closed all the way because I'm pushing both of these at the same time. You might have to do the same thing, okay? When I get back to the school, whenever we go back in session, I can easily fix this. I just need to add a different little pad on the inside. It's no problem, okay? All right, so thumb, 1, 2, 3 on top, 1, 2, 3 on bottom. Both of the low pinky keys, okay? Now, when you play, see how I'm kind of fighting the high note and the low note? Blow slow. Relax, take your time, okay? That's your low C. All right? I just wanted to share that with you. That's something that you can work on, okay? Because you do want to work with the speed of the air when you're playing the flute. You already know when the air goes faster, the pitch of the flute becomes higher, okay? So, C major scale, let's see if I can do it right, sounds something like this. Okay? So, the notes, once again, are going to be right here. Cool. You have C, D, E, not E flat, regular E, F, G, A, regular B, and your high C. Okay? Now, I've thrown that word regular around plenty of times. All right? A lot of the times in music, you're going to hear that being called, like if we're talking about a B. If they want you to play a regular B, it's going to be called B natural, okay? You're going to see a natural sign, which we have all over the place on the board in the classroom, okay? The natural sign, I don't want to look like I'm trying to throw gang signs up here and everything like that. Looks like that, okay? Yo, the natural click, yay. All right, so, no flat, it's natural. Natural means the regular note, okay? There are no E flats in a C major scale. It's a regular E. There are no B flats in the C major scale. It's a regular B. Thumb and first finger is a regular B natural. Okay? I'm going to keep saying regular. That'll make some fancy smancy music teachers mad. I don't care. Okay? If this is going to help you learn, I'm going to use different words. Natural, regular, same thing. B natural, regular B, cool. B flat, A sharp. All right? So, C major scale. I'm going to put it up right here again. Let's try to play it together. Okay? And I'm going to try to explain each note by note as we're going. Okay, let's start with our C. C is easy. It's just the first finger, no thumb. Okay? And according to the fingering chart, because I'm not used to this, you guys know I'm not really a flute player. You want to push your pinky key down because according to my good friend Tanya Parkin, when I asked her this, she said that when you're playing the flute, it recommends that you still use the pinky key. That way it helps you to balance the flute easier. Okay? So let's play our C. Let's hold it out. All right. Next note is a D. Pick up your first finger, push the thumb, 2 and 3, second and third finger, okay? 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. Just a D. No pinky. No pinky. When we push this pinky key, that makes it an E flat or a D sharp. Same note, 2 different names, okay? So let's play a D. No pinky. D, ready? Go. Good. E, not an E flat. E natural, regular E. Put your first finger down. Pick up your ring finger. Pick up number 3 on the bottom. So now it's just thumb. 1, 2, 3 on the top. And 1 and 2 on the bottom. Let's play our E. All right. F. It's easy. We're going to do the same thing, but pick up our middle finger on the bottom. So 1, 2, 3 on top with the thumb, and first finger on the bottom. This is our F. Ready? Good. G. Oh my gosh! Thumb, 1, 2, 3 on top. G. Ready? Go. For some reason, I guess I wasn't blowing the air fast enough. Okay? You don't want a low G. If that's all that you can get for now, that's fine. The more you practice, the easier it's going to get to the high notes, okay? If you can't do a high G right away, don't blow so much air that you give yourself a headache. You don't need that, okay? But in order to hit that note, you do want to blow the air faster. Okay, just like that. 1, 2, 3 on top with the thumb. Blow the air. Not too fast, not ridiculously fast, not... No, just faster. Okay, and now the A. 1 and 2 on the top, thumb on the back. All right, let's play our high A. Good. My headphones are getting stuck in my chair. All right, B natural, regular B, B natural, thumb and first finger on the top. Ready? And remember, we want to blow the air a little fast. All right, and finally the C, just like the B, but only first finger, no thumb. Okay, make sure you blow in the air fast so it comes out as a higher note. Okay, you've just played a C major scale. Congratulations, I am proud of you. Just kidding. All right, so here's what you want to do with scales. Keep playing them. Get sick of them. But the more you play it perfect, increase the speed that you're playing it. Okay? Now, if you go on YouTube and you look up all these crazy professional musicians, professional flute players, they have speed. That's your goal. I've told you all before, I am proud to have the best musicians in our area, and I can back that up because you guys are all awesome. All right? But that doesn't stop there. Don't think that, oh, Mr. C says I'm the best, so I can't get any better. No. Learning never stops, guys. The learning does not stop. Learn as much as you can. And it doesn't just have to be with music. Learn as much as you can with everything. Things that you love. Anything that you're interested in. Okay? Learn about it. All right? You're all interested in Fortnite and video games? Well, learn about how they made that game. Do some research. You like sports? Look into the history of sports. Look into what they're looking into nowadays, okay? The NFL is always changing the rules for football. Look into that. My sister went to school to study to be a sports therapist. That's things that she's interested in. Well, you go to school to learn, right? Oh my gosh, no way. Yes way. All right? So, Look up these professional musicians. Okay? They started most likely just like you guys. They started playing in school band. How did they get so good? One, they practiced. Guarantee you every single one of them practice. Okay? Guarantee you. And two, they found ways to challenge themselves. Being able to play your scales a little bit faster each time is a great way to challenge yourself. What about Cardiff Castle, my 5th graders? We're playing that in 5th grade band, right? You guys have been doing really good with that song. You know that I won't let you progress unless I'm happy with how you guys are playing, right? So then we got another song. We got Centurion. All right? It's not perfect, but it's very close to being very good. You know that. All right? So take these songs that you already know and push yourself. Play them faster. If you can already do that, I want something different to do, Mr. C. Okay, look into your higher notes. Try to play Cardiff Castle, but only doing higher notes. Okay? For example, the sax players can play Cardiff Castle. It's C, A, C, D, and so on. Right? Play all that high. High C, high A, and then your high D. Trumpets. Best thing for you to do, tighten your embouchure. Get those high notes. All right? Anyways, let's go back to our flute. C major scale. Not only do you want to play it going up the scale, but you also want to play these scales going backwards too. Okay? If you can play that scale going forward, that's great. Now it's time to go backwards. Let's see if I can do it. Here we go. High C, B, A, G, F, E, natural, D, and C. Can I keep going? B, A, G, F, E natural, D. Ooh, I don't think I've ever played a low D before. There it is, and the low C with the pinky. No, not yet. There it is. That was a challenge. There you go. I just pushed myself on a live video. Was it perfect? No. Am I happy? Yeah. I've never played low notes on a flute, honestly. The lowest note I probably ever played was a regular low G. And I just pushed myself a little bit by going to the lower part of this instrument. Okay? What can you do to challenge yourself? Leave a comment below. How are you going to challenge yourself during this extended homestay that we're all having? What am I doing? I'm making videos from home for you guys. That way you can keep practicing. Is that going to mean that, oh, now Mr. C doesn't have to practice? Please. I'm going to practice. I need to find time. You know, I've been doing a lot of this. This is fun, and this is for you guys, my kids. So I'll find time to practice. No problem. I will practice. I guarantee you I will practice. What am I going to practice? I don't know, but I will practice an instrument. Guaranteed. All right. Let's look at a scale in the book now, okay? If you don't have your book, don't worry. I will leave links like I said. I actually have something up on my screen right now that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different scales on it, and it looks really cool. It has a C. No, it doesn't have a C major scale at the top. It has a C major scale right in the middle. And take a look at it. Okay, flutes? I have some 4th graders in the 4th grade class. 4th graders. And I've been pushing them to do scales. Okay? They, one person who I call Jelly Bean knows at least 4 to 5 scales. Full range. If she can do it, all of you can do it. Just take a look at it and try it. Okay? We're all just taking it easy right now. There's no need for competition right now. Okay, when we get back to school, we'll be as competitive as we used to be. Okay, but when I say full range, I mean from the lowest note that you can play to the highest note that you can play. Okay? On this flute, the lowest note you can play is at low C. Some of the flutes are made differently, and you can even go lower. You know, this bottom part of the flute is a little bit extended, and we do have a couple at the school, or some of you might actually have it. All right? So you can hit, what, that would be a low B, maybe even more. Okay, I'd have to actually see the flute to give you the right answer. But instruments are made differently. They have an alto flute right now, roll over Beethoven's. Shout out to Beethoven's. It looks just like this, but bigger. You wouldn't know it was an alto flute unless you didn't read the tag, you know? Oh, it's an alto flute. A lot of the alto flutes I've seen, they have a curved mouthpiece. You know, all the instruments are made differently, so you're just going to have to check out the one that you have. Anyways, going back to full range. If you want to do full range, and I can tell you right now that I cannot do full range on the flute, okay? What you would want to do is start on your regular C. Then go, oh no, it's a B. Let's say that's the highest note that I can hit on the flute, okay? Now go backwards. Man. And keep going beyond the place that you started. And go back to your starting place. If you're starting at this C, go up as high as you can, go all the way back down as low as you can, and then come back up to the starting position. Okay? If you can do that, you're an amazing flute player, and you're only a 4th, 5th, or 6th grader. That's awesome. When I was coming up through music, there was nobody that could do that. Truthful. I mean, everybody probably knew the concert B-flat major scale, which a B-flat scale for flutes, C scale for clarinets and trumpets, G scale for saxes, okay, and that'd be a B-flat scale for trombones, I believe. No, C scale. Nope, I was right. B-flat scale for trombones. That's it. It wasn't until I started studying with Mr. Price in middle school, and all the friends that I had back then, none of us wanted to do scales either. Okay, Mr. Price said, "Yo, guys, you're doing scales. Get over it." And, you know, he made it a competition. First chair challenges. We were tested on scales. We were challenged on scales. Sound familiar? Yep, I do the same thing to you guys. Why? Because knowing your scales helps you with everything. It really does. Okay? Whatever you decide to do with music, it doesn't matter what instrument you're using. If you keep playing the flute, you know all your scales, you can do so much. You really can. Especially when it comes to soloing and improvisation. You know your scales, and if you can tweak them a little bit too, like how we've talked about with the 6th grade class, you can do some pretty amazing stuff. That's why scales are important. Okay? When I am playing with Manantial de Fuego, and, you know, Elias says, "Marty, take a solo right here." I'm like, okay. As long as I know what key the song is in, I can figure out what scale to use. Okay? There's notes that I like to use in a solo. There's notes that I don't like to use in a solo. It's like how I've explained to you guys before. You go to a buffet, you know, W Spoon, Wood Grill, Golden Corral, buffet restaurants where you get to walk up and take your selection of what you want to eat. I want some of these mashed potatoes. I want some corn. I want some of this rice. I want a pizza. I want a hamburger. I want an ice cream. I want that orange chicken over there. You get what you want. You put it on your plate. When you're soloing, it's the same idea. I know it might not make sense, but you take the notes that you want to use for this solo. Can you get everything? Can you use all the notes? Yeah. Can you solo with just one note? Yeah. People do it all the time. Okay? What's really going to matter is the heart and soul that you put behind your solo. Okay? You don't want to just play a solo and have no feeling behind your music. Okay? Music is how we express emotion. Okay? We're painting a canvas of nothing and creating sound. Don't laugh at me. Whatever. Okay? But just check out these scales. Work with them. Learn them. Play them faster. Push yourself. Go full range. Okay? If you have this book, which if you don't have the book, I know that I gave you all fingering charts. If not, you're on a phone or tablet or computer right now, and you can find fingering charts. Okay? Flute fingering chart. Here's that low C that I showed you about. And look, it says to only use the wobbly one, and I made it work for me. Okay? There's always a way. There's always a way. If there's something that I learned from my father-in-law, there's always a way to make things happen. Okay? Check out these fingerings, flutes. This is your high F. Ooh, that's so fancy. Look at that. Here's your high C sharp. High C, which is what we just played for that scale. That's the note that we ended on, the high C right there. Okay? Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different notes you can learn beyond that. Okay? And just because this is the last note on the book does not mean that's the last note that you can hit on this instrument. You know, I've all talked about that to you guys. Okay? You can go beyond that too. Trumpets are like the perfect example. Some trumpet players can hit notes probably like a whole nother page worth. So look into it, guys. Have fun. Practice. Make practice fun for you. All right? We're pretty much out of time. I can't believe that I talked 30 minutes about a flute. Wow. I'm impressed with myself. My flute players out there, I miss all of you. You are all amazing. You know you're all my Doritos, okay? You are my delicious chip after I bite into a taco. A delicious carne asada taco with everything. You know, and it's just like, I want some chips. Crunchy and delicious. You are my delicious crispness flutes. Keep up the good work. I'm proud of all my kids out there. You are my kids. I'm proud of you. Be good for your families. Do your best. Help out whoever you're there with. All right, I'm sure. I mean, I've been cleaning here. Me and my family have been cleaning up the house, and taking care of business. You know, do the same. All right, and I'll see you guys soon.